Welcome back to IronFury Plays Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sonic Classic Heroes 2. I swear I have been doing this for a long time. Anyway, look at Knuckles breaking this goddamn stage.
Oh, yeah. Like, between the gliding, the climbing, in a stage with tons of walls, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be playing as Knuckles a lot during this. Knuckles and Tails, in particular, are going to just absolutely dominate and humiliate this stage.
Oh, yeah.
But,
And, well, to be fair, Sonic can too, believe it or not, if only because this ROM hack has fire shields and there's lava in this stage.
Yeah, but not as badly as they can.
Well, true. But, yeah.
I mean, I will try to switch it up a little bit just so that we don't get bored seeing the same character over and over in use. But
yeah.
At the same time, it's hard for me to not just say I'm playing as Knuckles the entire time.
Yeah. And though it's a bit hard to tell, like, over the invincibility bit that just ended, yeah. I really like the music in this stage. I like it.
So do I, actually. I love how bluesy it is. Just, that harmonica. It'll never happen in a million years, but I would love to see John Popper cover this.
Aww. Oh, one can dream. We can certainly dream.
This song is particularly jammy. I praise the hell out of it in my Sonic the Hedgehog 2 piece on superplexbros.com. Available now. Now, in this particular part, you see the... Tails saved us!
Jeez. Yeah, oh look, yet another way he breaks the stage.
Well, this time it wasn't really breaking. He managed to sneak through, so the team mechanic saved us.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant.
But, oh god, I glitched out. I can't get out of that. But I managed to win anyway.
Because why not? And another continue. Yay.
I actually do like this stage, though. I like, not only the music, I like the general scenery, like the mountains and...
Yeah, ditto.
And all of that. It's just really nice to look at. I do love this song, though.
Oh, yeah. Me too. Another favorite of mine would probably be the Mystic Hill Zone, though. I kind of like how this... Well, yeah, Mystic Cave. But, I do like how... Yeah, nice. Though actually, I do like how calm and mellow and, as you said, jamsy and stuff this music is. It's really soothing.
Yeah, well, the main, although this has been debated, the main instrument is supposed to be, like, harmonica, although some say it's supposed to be tenor sax. I don't know.
Yeah.
It sounds more like a harmonica to me, but...
Yeah. Although another one that I always remember being fond of as a kid was probably Oil Hill Zone. It really...
Oil Ocean?
Yeah, Oil Ocean Zone. Like,
there's only one hill zone in this game.
Oh, yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
Oil Ocean, which is the stage after Mystic Cave Zone.
Cool.
And we're playing all three of those today.
Sweet.
So, Oil Ocean, we will actually talk about that soundtrack in particular when we get there. But, the thing with this stage is, not only do you have the lava and everything, but as you get into the caves, they're like collapsing, essentially. So, to show that you have the floor essentially raising up, and this is the one thing Knuckles cannot climb.
Yeah. Oh, and that also reminds me, the mechanics with the earthquakes and stuff, I imagine that it was this stage that likely served as inspiration for, I think it was like Marble Hill Zone in Sonic 3. And maybe that, the second part of the sand desert level...
Sandopolis.
Yeah, Sandopolis in, Sonic and Knuckles. Like, when the sand would fill the room and you had to race away from it.
Yeah.
Just a new little thing I noticed.
That makes sense. Now, watch this.
Oh, look, it's the sound of Knuckles breaking the stage.
This is just...
I mean, yeah, these stages obviously weren't designed with the team mechanics or with Knuckles' abilities in mind, or the ability to fly and so on, so, yeah. Whew.
And now it's time for the boss. Now with this boss, Eggman will come out of the lava,
and Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic and Tails will of course be totally immune to said lava, and we'll just wreck him up.
Yep. And when Eggman shoots fire out toward the grass, as you can see, the fire will spread and obviously that particular platform will no longer be usable for the time being.
Yeah.
But he is really easy. One of the easier bosses in the game, actually. But up next, the best fucking track in the game.
Haha, yeah.
Seriously, this is so fucking jam-tastic. I love Mystic Cave Zone so goddamn much. It's also one of my favorite zones to play. It's a hard-as-hell stage, compared to some of the stages we've played so far. Easily the most difficult yet. But, I love the fucking shit out of this stage. I love the colors, I love the scenery. The music in particular is just so goddamn jam-tastic. The bass in this track is so strong. I mean, you can just hear it just chugging along. And you have, like, the eerie melodies that play as well. It's the total package of an awesome stage.
And the fact that you pointed out that the stage is actually where the difficulty starts to ramp up, yeah, I don't feel like as much of a noob anymore, because I generally didn't have that much problem with that. So, yeah.
Well, there's a lot of things in this stage that you gotta watch out for. You have a lot of things that'll crush you. Although the ROM hacker did change some things up to make things a little easier, in the second half of this zone in particular, there's an infamous bottomless pit. Well, not a bottomless pit, but there's an infamous spike pit that, if you fall into it, it's considered instant death because you can't get out.
Yeah, that is just pure evil right there.
And if you happen to be supersonic, then you're in for a long wait.
Oh god, that is just terrible.
Anyway, yeah, Knuckles breaks this too. It's gonna be repeated. Knuckles breaks this fucking game.
Oh, yeah.
But, I love Mystic Cave Zone so goddamn much. It's easily... It's my second favorite level to play, but I think it's my overall favorite level in terms of the total package.
Yeah. And of course, there's centipede-like enemies that...
How did I not get crushed there?
Dumb luck? I have no idea.
I don't know. But, yeah, that infamous pit should be coming up soon. But, again, like I said, there's a lot of stuff that'll crush you. There's, of course, a lot of spikes. Some of the enemies can be a tad annoying.
Yeah, like the one centipede bot enemy I mentioned before, but yeah.
No, that's not the infamous pit. That's not the infamous pit, but it's a pit like that.
But
yeah. The ROM hacker did make things a little easier. This is the pit. He added a spring there, which is normally not available in the original game.
Yeah, I mean that...
Which was a nice touch, although it wasn't necessary. Tails can fly, and of course Knuckles can climb the walls.
Yeah.
So I mean, it wasn't necessary, but it was a nice touch. And we're finally seeing it. It's the Aqua Shield.
Yep.
We don't need it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of water in the rest of the game.
There's no water in the rest of the game.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Would have been nice in Aquatic Ruin Zone, but...
Oh, God. And
the cool thing about the Aqua Shield is, with Sonic, you will bounce off the floor.
Which is pretty neat.
Not so useful here. And, of course, in the Aquatic Shield, or the Water Shield, does make it so that you can breathe underwater.
Oh, and sadly it looks like it doesn't get the stuff to bounce off you like it did before.
No, it doesn't. And he's dead.
Yeah, I mean, basically try to make it so that to avoid the debris he throws at you while trying to hit him when he's vulnerable, but yeah, not really much of a chance to show that. Since...
No, when you have the two extra partners, it creams the bosses. It makes special stages harder, but the bosses are an absolute joke.
Oh, yeah?
Anyway, now it's time for Oil Ocean, which, in my opinion, is one of the hardest levels in the game, second only to... actually, no, it's probably the third hardest in the entire game. Metropolis Zone, which is the stage after this, is the hardest zone, but I think Wing Fortress might be a little more difficult than this, only because of all the bottomless pits.
Yeah.
However, I think Oil Ocean Zone is the easiest zone to get lost in.
Yeah.
I get lost quite a bit in this stage, actually, because it's not a straight path. It's most Sonic games, it's just go right. But in this particular stage, which again Knuckles does break a little bit, in this stage there's a lot of stuff blocking your way, and you have to look for like ways around.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is when, like I said, the difficulty starts to ramp up, since, you know, how we're normally used to just, you know, blasting through the stages as fast as possible, then all of a sudden the level design starts changing to be a bit more meticulous here and there, like it did with that bottomless pit in the last part of it, so, yeah.
Yeah, well, it wasn't bottomless, it was just a huge spike pitfall.
Yeah, well, basically something that might as well have been a slow bottomless pit, but yeah.
True.
I mean, instant, guaranteed death, more or less, regardless, without that spring that the ROM hacker added.
Yeah, just not instant.
Well, yeah.
There was another instance like that where the ROM hacker gave us a little leeway. In Chemical Plant Zone, I didn't mention this because we didn't have time, but you noticed when I fell down, there was a little block I managed to hit to save myself. That wasn't there in the original.
Oh. Always good to know.
Anyway, this level has some fucking annoying enemies. Just those seahorses, in particular, are a pain in the ass. Because they shoot projectiles, and they will chase you down to the end of the earth.
Oh, wow. I mean, at least they're a bit slow, but, you know, still kind of annoying. Especially if you're wandering around and lost.
Yeah. The octopus enemies are kind of annoying, too. Although nowhere near as annoying as the seahorse enemies. And see, Knuckles cannot completely break this stage. Like, he can't climb over things to just... He can't climb over to, like, get on top of the ceiling or whatever.
Yeah. Though he still can do some fun stuff like he just did there.
Yeah. Knuckles is really good for getting your bearings. And kind of, like, surveying the area to get to, like, the high ground. Now, the big thing about this stage is... there's cannons to jump through.
And I gotta say, when I played this game as a kid, like, love the music.
Oh yeah, the music in this stage is really cool. And what I like about this stage is, or the music in particular, it's another bass-heavy track. If you listen, the bass is really the dominant force here, while the melody is just kind of more subtle.
Yeah.
Not only that, but you could, like, what melody is here in the forefront has a very Middle Eastern kind of vibe.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes me think of, like, oil and stuff like that.
Well, OPEC. It's supposed to be, like, a reference to... It's supposed to be a reference to, like, Middle Eastern oil.
Huh. Well, so what you did there.
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a reference to that.
I would think, yeah.
At least thematically. I mean, the level design, not so much, but the music is definitely Middle Eastern inspired.
Yeah.
Which is a nice touch, you know, just seeing different, like, cultural influences in the soundtrack.
And it looks like this is around where you get a bit lost.
Yeah, it's like, I can't go right, so where the hell am I supposed to go? I gotta go left to find a way around, basically.
Yeah. And of course, and all this talk of the bass and stuff, oh god. Yeah, bass players, because even Rock Guitar Hero, I mean, because even guitar players need someone to look up to, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I am a bass player, so obviously, you know, obviously the bass in a soundtrack is important to me. But I think Sonic 2 in particular is one of the more bass-heavy tracks. Although the Sega Genesis in general had a lot of bass-heavy music.
Oh.
Streets of Rage is another example of a lot of bass-heavy music. That entire series, actually. Well, the third game not so much, but definitely the first two. Although that's because I think the Sega Genesis, the sound card in it, was definitely more favorable towards that sound. It's where a lot of the twang comes from as well.
Oh, and not sure if we mentioned it, but yeah, of course those fan things that tend to stop you every now and again.
Yeah, although that was thankfully Oil Ocean Zone Act 1.
Yep.
Oil Ocean Zone Act 2 is not going to be much better about me getting lost, just for record. Heads up! The reason why this video is much longer than the other one so far. Although we also are doing more stages, because basically the way I planned this out is I kind of had to in order to even things out. Because Metropolis Zone is 3 stages instead of 2, like everything else. And then you got Sky Sanctuary Zone, which is 1... Or not Sky Sanctuary, that's not 3. You have Sky Chase, which is 1 stage, then Wing Fortress, which is 1 stage, and then Death Egg, which is 1.
Ugh, I still have nightmares about Death Egg. Like, that's...
Oh, we'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah.
Let's not spoil everything.
True. Oh, I wasn't gonna, but yeah. I do like Sky Chase Zone. I'm not gonna spoil anything about it other than saying it's very memorable.
Yeah, that's true. I love the colors in Oil Ocean Zone. I love the oranges and the purples and the blacks and the greens and all that.
Like, fun fact about purple and orange, they're made of, like, opposite colors on the color wheel, so they'd... I mean, I think... So that they such that they tend to pop out. Well, actually they don't, my bad, but yeah.
Well, orange's complementary color is blue.
Yeah. And there's at least some blue and purple, so yeah, there's definitely... It tends to pop a little bit.
I think purple and orange go pretty good together
in
terms of colors, though.
I think so, too.
But yeah, I do like the general look of the stage. I don't necessarily... This is probably one of my least favorite stages to play, just because, like I said, I always get lost. But I do like this stage.
Yeah.
Although I think I might dislike Metropolis Zone a little more, just because it's got a lot more bullshit to it.
Oh, God. And, of course, it looks like I also underestimated how quickly those stupid seahorse things move.
Oh, like I said, they will chase you to the ends of the Earth.
Yeah.
They will absolutely chase you to the ends of the Earth. And Knuckles is already, like, breaking things, and we need to move on.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't talk about this before, but obviously, with the oil, you do sink, and you have to keep jumping or else you will die.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm kind of reminded of, what is it, that Sonic Spinball game? Only not quite as, you know, brutal.
Oh, Sonic Spinball, which I did LP.
Yep.
Yeah. that was a project.
Whew. Yeah.
I actually like Sonic Spinball.
Yeah, I mean, I do
not a lot of people do, and I get why. It's not a good pinball game if you're a pinball purist.
Yeah.
It's really not. It has a lot of problems in terms of pure pinball goes, and in terms of, like, it tried to be a combination of a Sonic platformer and a pinball game, and in a way, it kind of failed at both.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do have a lot of fond memories of the game, and it's still fun to play.
Yeah, I mean, like, the controls when you're not in the pinball stuff is, like, really awkward.
Well, it's like molasses.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's because it was a different dev team that did it.
Yeah, that would explain
It wasn't Sonic Team. It was an American. It was Sega of America that I think developed it.
Oh, wow. And judging by what the end product was, it sounds like there wasn't a whole lot of collaboration of any sort.
No, but it was the American. It was I don't know if it was Sega of America or if it was just another. I know it was an American dev team that did it, but but that was why they had references to the animated series and Sonic Saturday Morning.
Oh, I was wondering about that. Oh, yeah.
And well. It also could have been. It also counts as a reference to the Archie comics. But I know it was not. I know for a fact that it was not the Japanese Sonic dev team that did it. And now we have the boss here, and this boss is a pain in the ass because he keeps going into the oil. And one thing that I'm trying to do here to show off is if you basically bounce underneath the platform there and stay in the oil, you can basically get a free shot at Eggman. However, I lost track of who I was playing as and accidentally sunk.
Yeah. I mean, this boss, he kind of reminds me of the one from the last stage, only, like, turned up to 11.
Pretty much. What that Eggman will do is he'll pop up in the oil, and then he'll go underneath. He'll throw out, like, a scorpion tail spear, or he'll have, like, a laser come out and shoot. And if the laser hits the platform, it'll cause a stream of fire, much like in the previous stage. But I didn't hit a checkpoint just before Eggman, so I got sent back a ways.
Yeah. So, oh well. I mean, at least we can hear more of the music, so there's always that.
Yeah, I mean, still gotta deal with these annoying as fuck seahorses.
Yeah. Stupid seahorse thingies.
At this point, I'm just using tails to kind of fly up and see where I can go.
I mean, it's like Kingdra, or I don't know, the final evolution of Horsey from Pokemon, only without the charm.
Yeah, Kingdra.
Yeah, Kingdra, yeah. It's been years since I've played Pokemon. I haven't played since Gen 2, so yeah, be easy on me with that.
Well, I would say this thing is less dangerous than Kingdra, but at the same time...
Yeah, but it makes up for it in terms of how annoying it is, so there we are.
True.
Yeah. And, yeah, it looks like it's pretty easy to lose your bearings in this one. Whew.
Yeah, one thing that's kind of annoying about the team mechanic is, when a character is, like, cut off screen for a while, they will float back in to, like, catch up. But, if they're not on the ground, like, if they're still floating in, you can't switch to them yet.
Yikes.
So, like, when I was trying to switch to Tails, but I couldn't, it kept switching me back and forth between Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah.
That's kind of annoying, but I understand why, because, let's be honest, that would be abusable if it wasn't.
Basically, it'd break the game even more than it's already is.
Yeah. And at this point, I am just using Knuckles to just fly over glide over everything I can.
Yeah.
Come on, Knuckles. There we go. I'm using Tails to get up here. See, like, I can't switch to Knuckles now, so I'm just gonna fly over with Tails. Get my shield back.
Yay. Shield and some rings.
Yep, and we should... Yep, we're at Eggman now. And this time I decided to just play it smart.
Yeah.
And not switching characters as well. Because I don't want to lose track of who I'm playing as. So, unless I know for a fact that it's safe, like when I was on the platform. But see how he had, like, that little stream of fire?
Yeah. And you have to avoid, obviously, because that will most definitely hurt you.
Yep.
And yeah, with the Snake Serpent thing doing its thing, like trying to leap at you or launch fire, yeah, that can make this one a bit annoying. Like, give it some reflex test to it.
Well, yeah, the thing is, I don't think it's a set pattern on which comes out first or second. Yay. And there he's done. Finally done with the stage.
Yeah, I'd say this is the first boss where it actually starts to get kind of difficult.
Yep. But next time, we will go to Metropolis Zone, and until then, take care.